Hi guys, today I want to do a video on a very interesting topic and I'll be so interested to hear what you have to say in the comments about it, and that is about separating the author from their work and whether you can do that or not. Maybe they're homophobic or they're racist. Does it make you think, I don't want to pick up a book from them? Even if that book has nothing to do with being gay or being a person of colour, does that still stop you from picking up their work? Or do you just separate the two and realise that they're two separate entities and that this is this person, this is their book, it's completely separate from who they are in their real lives? So I have to be honest with you, the people that people are talking about who have said some offensive things, or if you look back in their past they've said offensive things, I'm not interested in reading those authors, or I've read their books and I don't like their books. So none of my faves are being affected. I'm sitting over here in a little bubble loving it. But I think that's also because I don't look into authors' political views or personal lives at all. I love your book, but I'm not interested in you. Without being rude, I don't know you, and I separate the two in that way. I don't know how I'd feel though if one of my authors who I love did say something highly offensive. I don't know if I'd be able to separate that, so I'd be interested in your thoughts. Now I want to take this conversation out of books because it can be put in everything in the world. You put it into like relatives and singers and movie stars, which is what I'm going to go on to now. I'm going to use an example of a movie star and then I'm going to use an example of a singer and discuss them with you. Ugh, did you see that bit of hair? Just like, hey! I've got my laptop here, I'm being very professional. So the movie star that I would like to talk about is someone who is highly successful, a millionaire, much sought after, people love him, huge following, but a lot of people do know this about his past. It's not a secret, they are fully aware of it, and I thought I would mention it. And it is the actor Mark Wahlberg. He is in the Ted movies. I'm going to tell you a little bit about his past. When he was 15, he was throwing rocks and harassing African American children and shouting racial slurs at them. When he was 16 years old, he walked up to a middle-aged Vietnamese man with a stick and knocked the man unconscious. Earlier that day, he had attacked another Vietnamese man and was shouting racial slurs. Both attacks were racially fueled. He was a racist. That was all proven. When the police arrested him, he was still making racial comments and being incredibly racist. He served 45 days. Not even 2 months. That's all he served. That was the justice that was given. I personally don't feel like justice was given because of how low the number of days was that he served. So I find it difficult to forgive him, and I won't watch a movie with him in it because of that. But there's another reason, and that is his comments that he has made about those attacks. He was referencing the attacks, and this was in 2006. I did a lot of things that I regret, and I've certainly paid for my mistakes. Have you, Mark? And then when you think the story can't get much worse, in 2014, because of what he'd done, he had a felony record. It's a permanent record, and in 2014 he tried to get that record lifted, so taken off, so he didn't have a criminal record anymore. That for me is pushing your luck. You got a criminal record because you were racist and you attacked someone. You then didn't do proper time for that attack, and now that you're a rich movie star, you're trying to get that attack taken off your record. Hello, this is Hannah from editing. I've looked a little bit more into the Mark Wahlberg case, and everything that I've said in this video is completely true. Mark Wahlberg now runs a foundation for inner city kids to help them not fall into crime and drugs, and I think that's fantastic. It's great that he's doing that with his life. But I've come across a poem online on YouTube that I'm going to link down below. Please look at this poem. It's by a Vietnamese American man called Alex Dang, and it's called Dear Mark Wahlberg, and he did this poem at the time that Mark Wahlberg wanted his pardon for his crimes. And looking into that pardon, it was, I would say, quite strategically placed because he had a movie at the time. So there was a massive media storm. It got all the attention on Mark Wahlberg, got all the attention on his movie. He then had this foundation to be like, look, I'm doing good things, I just want this pardon, that's all I want. But Alex Dang has done his bloody research and found out another reason that maybe Mark Wahlberg wanted that pardon. Go and watch this poem about what he has found out at that time that Mark Wahlberg wanted to do and why he needed that pardon to do what he wanted to do to make more money. Oh my god, this poem gave me chills. It's fantastic. It also deals with what I was trying to articulate. It's a thing of, you can do something in your past which is horrendous, but I think if you do your time and you are truly apologetic, you will be forgiven and you should be forgiven. But if you don't do your time and the justice system does not punish you enough and you are not thankful enough and you know, want a pardon from something that you did do, I can't have sympathy for you. I can't stand with you. I can't take in your content. So in that instance, we're separating the film from the film star, because I understand that there's someone who's written that film and directed it and there's been a massive crew and a massive cast, and he's not the only person that's worked on the film. But I just can't go and see a Mark Wahlberg film, so I can't separate the film from the actor. So the second person that I want to mention is someone who their crime is still tagged with them and people do mention it, but this person still has a career, this person is still invited to music events, to collect awards, to in front of children. He's still an influencer. Chris Brown. Chris Brown, who beat Rihanna. If you look at the police picture of her, he beat her. If you look how bad the damage was on her face. Still has a massive career, and I used to really like Chris Brown. There's my confession. I used to love him. I used to, when his music came on, I'd be like, turn it up, I love him. And after that happened, I just couldn't. There are two men that I can't watch or listen to anything from them. I really can't, because all I think about is the things that they've done, and I feel like there's not enough repent. Because Chris Brown recently said, everyone needs to forget about what I did. It really wasn't that long ago. And I think if you commit something like that, you have to apologise all the time, every step. You should be saying, I still feel terrible. I feel awful about it. It was horrendous what I did. I'm not asking for forgiveness from anyone because it was so bad what I did. He should keep doing like that narrative instead of this like, everyone needs to get over it now. So there's my opinions. Leave yours down below. This was quite a serious video, but it's quite a serious topic that I did want to talk about on my old channel. So can you take someone like the artist away from the art? They've got extreme views or they've done something bad in their personal lives. Does that affect you then viewing them? Because for me, I haven't hit that brick with an author yet, but I have with a singer and an actor. They are two people that I can't get over that. Mark Wahlberg attacked minorities and Chris Brown attacked a woman, and they've both been forgiven for their crimes. Oh my god, I'm so shocked at that, really, that people aren't that bothered about women being hurt and minorities, and the majority of people would just get over that and say boys will be boys. I'm shocked at that kind of narrative. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we can continue this discussion down in the old comments section. So comment down below what your opinions are, and I'll see you again next time for another video.